What's up guys, the Lazy Goldmaker here. I almost forgot about covering this profession. We need to look at it. In particular, we're looking at concentration builds, which I've done for every profession in the War Within. We're finally getting to leatherworking. So if any of you have had this profession, you've probably been waiting for this video. If you don't, then, well, spoiler alert, you probably shouldn't be swapping to it, but there are some opportunities here. Now, as far as what you can craft that might be relevant for concentration, you have some intermediate materials. Now, intermediate materials can be quite good. Like alloy builds have been pretty good for, or at least decent for blacksmithing. But it's usually not something super impressive. Then you have the armor kits for leg enchants, and you have embellishments. Now, embellishments are kind of, in general, not the greatest, because there just isn't that much value from the max quality 1 over quality 2. So your best bet is hoping that the armor kits are good. Right now, someone reset the armor kits, like today, on EU, so they are actually okay. The Stormbound armor kit, this is the one you have to buy from Reputation from Dornegal. So as of right now, this is fine. Usually it would not be. Now, for the build, what's interesting about leatherworking is that you have a lot of passive stats. You can have multicraft, ingenuity, resourcefulness, all of that from the learned leatherworker tree. And then you have flawless fortes for sort of skill to generic recipes, which also includes the consumables that we're focusing on here. So this spotless stitching node is quite good. It also has a bunch of multicraft bonuses, which is going to help out increasing your profit, because there's a lot of extra stuff you can get here with multicraft yield and multicraft bonuses here. This also gives skill, so this is a really important node to max out. And then you can get the concentration and resourcefulness refunds eventually. That being said, someone reset Stormbound armor kits from 1,000 gold to 3,000 gold on EU today. We'll have the reset tomorrow. Before that, then this was absolutely completely worthless, and my best bet would have been to do the Storm Touched Armor wrap for like a little bit of extra profit. But as you can see right now, the quality 2 ones are also quite expensive. Probably someone has reset those, and there really isn't that much value from using concentration at all today with leatherworking. Sadly, I think that's going to be the case a lot of the time. There aren't any high value recipes here, but you want to go with whatever Craftsim tells you. Probably the Stormbound armor kit can be good if you do it around reset days. I haven't looked at the pricing data. Otherwise, I would just go with material, or unless you if you don't really care about keeping the profession, I mean, you can always swap it out. Obviously, you want multicraft from your tool. And that's going to be quite useful, particularly once you max this node. That's going to give you a significant boost to profits in general. I would go with the ingenuity. There actually is a case to be made for just going resourcefulness here, because the concentration value is so low that resourcefulness might be better for some of these than just maxing out your skill, and maybe even crafting quality 2 items and selling those eventually, and just foregoing concentration completely for this profession. It's quite valid and quite a valid approach. But if you want to go with concentration build, then ingenuity is usually better than resourcefulness, because we can see here, you know, like for something like this, the resourcefulness value is 3 silver, which is incredibly small. So even with just 1 gold 8 per concentration, ingenuity is probably going to outperform resourcefulness for this recipe. So I would go with that and see if you can eke out some profits. And that's sort of it for leatherworking. So hopefully you learned something about this profession. It's not in a great state. Like I think this is one of the worst ones I've looked at for the War Within in general, alongside tailoring, but just really small number of relevant recipes, which means that everyone who is doing concentration builds are funneled into the same 2 recipes, and that's driving profits down quite significantly. Compared to something like enchanting or alchemy, where there's either a lot of demand or a lot of different recipes to go into.